And now we turn to our app of the week. And Warren demonstrates an app I really like. How many times have we been frustrated that copying things on Android that isn't text in an edit field is kind of annoying? You mess about with talkback granularities, or you use the copy last spoken phrase function creatively, or you use commentary. But there is an app which will solve most of your problems and enable you to copy text to your heart's content using TalkBack, and that is Universal Copy.
Hi, this is demonstrating the universal copy. I am already sitting here in the Play Store on the page of the universal copy. I'll be demonstrating this app on my older device, and that's in the way of the Pixel 2 XL running Android 11 and TalkBack 12.1. As indicated, I am already on the Play Store page of Universal Copy. For historical background, the Universal Copy was introduced sometime back in 2016. I remember vividly how it is that some of us worked with this guy to implement accessibility in the summer of 2016. I am on the Play Store page of the Universal Copy, and during this demonstration, I'll be using the Ivona voice of Kindra in demonstrating this app. I will now find and tap on the Install button to install this thing, so we'll start from afresh.
Install button.
I just tapped on the Install button.
Uninstall button.
It has finished installing, and I believe this thing is about 54 MB or thereabouts. I will tap now on the Open to go from here.
Open button. Universal Copy. Universal Copy. Graphics. With Universal Copy, you can copy text in any app that won't let you, and extract text from pictures and documents.
So initially, the reason why these guys, and by the way, the name of the developer is the Camel Corporation, reason was that they wanted to make sure that people are able to copy text in images or apps that would not let people copy the text. And that's why they came up with the universal copy, meaning you can copy text regardless of where that text is located or wherever that text is found. And so this is what it says when we open it. I will now tap on the next, so we go through the tutorial. The next is there at the bottom right corner.
Next button. Activate Universal Copy. Graphics. Activate Universal Copy in the settings to copy text from any app.
So the second thing that we're told about is about the activation of the app. In other words, we need to give it accessibility access. So we will tap on Activate, and during that Activate, it will take us to where we could go to the accessibility settings and enable Universal Copy. Right in the middle of the phone toward the bottom, just above the dock area, is the Activate button. I'll put my finger down, find, and tap on that Activate button.
Activate button. Authorize accessibility usage. Universal Copy needs an accessibility service to run. Please read below more information about the service.
And if I put my finger down below that,
this service allows Universal Copy to detect what text is on the screen when you activate the Universal Copy mode, to let you know what text is available to copy and retrieve it easily. Listen to your device's key press events. To simplify the start of the Universal Copy mode with a button long press, back, home. You must enable this service to enjoy the Universal Copy experience. We do not use the accessibility service for any other purpose, and it does not collect your data. None of your data is sent over the network. If you installed the app from untrusted sources, outside of the Play Store, please be aware that the app may have been altered by third parties, and enabling this service increases the risk of data theft. Feel free to contact us at contact@camelcorporation.com to have more information about this accessibility service. Thank you. The Camel Corp team.
So, in other words, it's talking about access to the accessibility area. And I'm glad that the developer took their time to make sure that this thing is explained because it's a very sensitive area that we want to be sure we know what app it is that we're allowing to have access to the accessibility settings. And this is one of the reasons why we again and again talk about the fact that people need to get apps that are coming straight from the Play Store, because if you get a modded version of the app, you never know what the modder have done by adding something or slipping into the app, therefore now giving that person access to your accessibility area, which is not a good thing. And if you want to contact the people at the Camel Corporation, that's their username, they can be contacted at.
Feel free to contact us at contact@camelcorporation.com to have more information about this accessibility service. Thank you. The Camel Corp team.
A very beautiful team. Next.
Decline button.
There's
Decline.
a decline.
Open settings button.
I will now tap on that open settings, which takes us then to the accessibility area where by default the universal copy will not be enabled and we'll have to tap on it to go enable it. I will now tap on that open settings.
Accessibility back button.
I am now in my accessibility area, and the next thing I need to find is the item that says universal copy off, and I'll tap there to take me to where I could enable that universal copy.
Universal copy off detects the text on your screen and listens to long press key events in list.
I will tap here.
Universal copy back button out of list.
When you tap on the universal copy here in the accessibility area, it also displays this text again, and here's what it says.
This service allows universal copy to detect what text is on the screen when you activate the universal copy mode, to let you know what text is available to copy and retrieve it easily. Listen to your device's key press events to simplify the start of the universal copy mode with a button long press. You must enable this service to enjoy the universal copy experience. We do not use it for any other purpose and none of your data is sent over the network. If you installed the app from untrusted sources outside of the Play Store, please be aware that the app may have been altered by third parties and enabling this service increases the risk of data theft. Feel free to contact us at contact@camelcorporation.com to have more information about this accessibility service. Thank you. The Camel Corp team.
So this is very important to them that they repeat that same information here to make sure that we know exactly what's going on, and especially about using modded versions. Now, near the top right corner is that switch that we could tap to enable that, and I'll put my finger down now, find that switch, and turn it on to enable this app.
Use universal copy switch OFF.
It is off, and I'm going to tap to activate that.
Allow universal copy to have full control of your device. Full control is appropriate for apps that help you with accessibility needs, but not for most apps. Out of list.
And now it's up to me now to tap on allow toward the bottom or deny. I will find the allow button and tap on it.
Allow button.
Here's the allow, and I'll tap here.
Universal copy. Use universal copy. Switch on in list.
So we're back in the main accessibility area, and we're in the universal copies activated. I will now go back.
Accessibility.
I'm taken back to the accessibility area. Again, I'll go back.
Activate universal copy. Graphics. Activate universal copy in the settings to copy text.
I am now on the second page of the tutorial from where we enabled that accessibility by tapping on the Activate. I will now find the Next button on the bottom right corner of the phone and tap on it.
Next button.
Tapping on Next, we're on the third page of the tutorial, and this is what it says.
Launch copy mode. Graphics. In any app, when you want to copy some text, just launch the universal copy mode from your notification bar or via a shortcut.
In other words, the universal copy sits in your notification area. So if you're on a page and you want to activate it, you could simply pull down that notification, tap on universal copy, and it comes to the forefront where you could choose the text that you want to select and copy. I'll now find and tap on that Next button at the bottom right corner of the phone.
Next button.
This is the next page.
The magic happens. Comic graphics. Universal copy smartly detects all text areas and extracts addresses, emails, phone numbers, hashtags.
And we tap on Next.
Next.
And putting my finger down in the middle of the phone.
Copy, share, locate. In one tap, graphics. Select the texts that you want, then press copy or quick action, translate, locate, share. It's done.
Again, I'll put my finger down at the bottom right and finding the Next and tap on it.
Next button.
And put my finger in the middle of the phone.
Scanner mode, graphics. With the scanner mode, universal copy can even detect text inside pictures and documents.
Again, I'll put my finger down on the Next.
Next, ready, graphics. You're all set. Next time you want to copy something, launch universal copy.
And we're told automatically that we're done with the tutorial. And if we wanted to copy something, simply launch universal copy. I'll put my finger down again toward the bottom right corner. And this time I believe I will find the Done or Finish button. I'll put my finger down.
Done.
There's the Done button, and I'll tap here to get done with that tutorial.
Universal copy activated in list.
I am told that universal copy is activated. We are now in the main UI of the app, and my intention is to take you through a quick tour of the app. Starting from the top, I'll put my finger down and we'll go through what we have here within the UI.
Switch on. Universal copy activated.
We're told universal copy is activated and it is switched on. And next we hear,
You're all set here. When you are in an app and want to copy some text, start the universal copy mode by activating it via the notification bar on the top of your screen. Universal copy stopped working for no reason? Click here to go to accessibility settings, then disable and enable again the universal copy service.
In other words, should you run into any troubles whereupon the universal copy is not working, your first action of troubleshooting would be to navigate your way to the accessibility area, go find the universal copy, disable it, and then re-enable it to see if that fixes the problem. Next, we get the following.
Get Universal Copy Plus. Unlock the full potential of Universal Copy. Lifetime or monthly.
There we are. We're talking about subscriptions now. There's either a lifetime subscription or a monthly subscription. I believe, as I said earlier on, it's $4.69 for a one-time payment and a 99-cent payment for a monthly subscription. Let's tap here and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Universal Copy. Get Universal Copy Plus. Out of list.
I'll put my finger down near the top and hear the context.
We believe that everyone should be able to copy in any app. That's why we decided to make most features free for everyone. Ads suck, but that's the only way for our team to keep on improving Universal Copy for you. Universal Copy Plus removes ads and shows us your support. Click below to upgrade.
I really like that part about the fact that ads suck. So if you really don't want that sucky part of the ads, then one could simply either buy the lifetime subscription of $4.69 or a 99-cent monthly subscription. And here are your options.
Universal Copy Plus, $4.69.
That's a lifetime subscription of $4.69. Or if you simply want to try it without the
Message.
ads, but you don't want to pay $4.69, then you could choose the one that talks about
Monthly subscription, 99 cents.
there's a 99-cent subscription. You tap there, and that will take you to where you could buy that subscription for 99 cents. Or tap above for $4.69 for a one-time payment, and you are therefore good to go. I will now navigate my way back to the main UI of the app where we came from and proceed with the tour of the app.
Universe.
I'm back to the main UI where we picked on the subscription to go check it out. Now, below that subscription, we have the following.
How to use Universal Copy. Check out our tutorial to learn how to use Universal Copy.
You can tap here to go to the tutorial where they show you how to go about using the app. I'm not about doing that. I'm simply giving you a quick tour of the app. Below that, we have
Triggers.
triggers. And here are the triggers.
Notification.
We have notification. In other words, you could set it to where you could trigger it from the notification, and by default, that is on.
Switch. Activated.
And if you turn it off, then it wouldn't show up in the notification. That means you have to manually find the app and tap on it. But by default, it is activated and sits right there in your notification shade, so that when you find something you want to copy, you just pull down that notification shade, tap on it, and go about selecting and copying what you want. Next, we have
Launch Universal Copy on long press on button. None. Disabled.
here. What that means is that you could actually choose to launch the universal copy by hitting some of your hardware buttons, maybe long pressing the volume key or something of that sort. That's what that's talking about.
Options.
And below that, we have options.
Scanner mode. Launch in scanner mode by default.
We have here the scanner mode, which means you could choose to make that be the default when you launch Universal Copy. In other words, it will scan what you're on, or the page you're on, or the picture you're on, to find that text that is located within that picture or whatever. And so it's up to you as to how you go about using the feature here. And so we have
Switch. OFF.
it is off by default. So if you want to turn it on, then you simply tap on that switch to turn it on, and that will be your default. Below that, we have
Default language for scanner mode. Scanner. Latin. English. Portuguese.
you could tap here and go choose your language, because there are several languages here that are supported. And so if your language is not one of these Romance languages, then you could tap here and go find what language it is that you would like to use it with. Below that, we have
Selection order. Manual. The selected text will be ordered in the order you picked each text.
in other words, it's not going to automatically capture everything, but you choose what it is that you want to select and copy. So that's the manual selection. Below that, we have
Scroll mode. Automatic. Scroll the page and Universal Copy will relaunch automatically after each scroll.
So if you choose the scroll mode, automatic scrolling, that means that once it's activated, it will scroll the whole page and automatically selects all the text that is found on that page or in that image. Let's move to the next.
Select all text areas by default. No. Let me select what I need.
And here is that you could choose to say, hey, select all that text, or the default is no, I am going to choose what I want, because by default we have that manual up there above. But if you want to make sure that you have things automatically done, then you tap here and go choose that. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Cancel. No. Let me select what I need. Checked. In list.
We have let me select what I need, or
Yes. Pre-select all text areas at each capture.
you could do that.
Cancel.
Oh,
Button. Out of
cancel.
list.
So next we have
More options.
the more options. If we tap here
Navigate up. Button. Out of list.
and tapping on that more options we got, and we have the following heading.
More copy options.
More copy options, and this is what we have.
Text zones preview. Preview available text zones detected by universal copy. In list.
You could set it to preview those text,
Switch. On.
and it is on by default.
Launch in full screen mode. Should universal copy always start in full screen mode?
And it's up to you.
Switch. OFF.
And by default, of course, it's turned off. And if you want it to launch in full mode, then you turn this switch on. Let's go to the next.
Disable animation. Removes the starting animation.
You could choose to have it show them fancy animations when it starts, or you could choose not to. And by default,
Switch. OFF.
it is off. Next,
Shortcuts.
we're talking about shortcuts, and here are the things that we have.
Double tap. Action on double tap. Copy.
So you could shortcut things like, hey, after I've selected, I double tap to copy, and
Long press. Action on long press. Edit.
you long press to edit. You can change these things because I'll show you what I'm talking about. And here's what we got by tapping on the long press option. We have the following.
None. Inactive.
We have none. So in other words, if I choose none, then when I long press on it, nothing will happen. Or
Copy.
it should do a copy, or
Edit. Checked.
edit, and that's the one that is checked, or
Share.
share, or
Cancel.
cancel.
Button. Out of
So
list.
those are our options. We could choose or set the long press to either do nothing, copy, share, or edit. And that's the default is edit. I'll now tap on cancel.
Cancel. But universal copy. Long press. Action on long press.
So we're back to long press, action on long press. Next item here is
Advanced options.
advanced options.
Let universal copy run in background.
Let universal copy run in background,
Switch. OFF.
and you can turn that on. By default is off. Next, we have
Email. Exclude buttons and images. When active, in normal mode the buttons and images texts will be excluded from recognized zones. Useful when scrolling.
So it's up to you if you wanted to exclude finding text on buttons and things like that. You could choose to exclude those.
Switch. OFF.
And by default is off. And that would be the last item here. Let's go back. That was the more options that we tapped on that took us to there. Now let's go beyond that more options.
About.
We have about,
Share. Let your friends know about universal copy.
and,
FAQ. Frequently asked questions.
and.
Dark theme. Switch. OFF.
You could choose to enable dark theme, and by default is off. I don't know if that needs payment in order to activate it or not. I'm not worried about it. Next,
Privacy policy.
we have the privacy policy and
About. Version 6.1.
the About version 6.1. And that's the last item in that UI. Now you have an understanding of the universal copy. Let's now go find something quick and try to see how we go about using universal copy. I'll now tap on Navigate to Top or simply close out of here and go find something. I will now go back home and go open something and see what we find.
Pixel Launcher.
Open Brave browser.
Opening. Brave.
New tab. Set Brave as your default browser app. Article reader. Radio.
So I got here and it's asking me whether I want to set Brave as my default. So
New tab.
I put my finger down and of course I'm running Brave here on this phone for the first time.
Page. Privacy stats. 0. Trackers and ads blocked. 0. KB. A state.
So what I'm going to do is to bring down Universal Copy
Learn
and see
on the
what I
go.
can find.
Listen. Notific. Universal Copy.
Here's Universal Copy. I'll tap on Universal Copy.
Collapsed. Version 6. Universal Copy now smartly detects entities, addresses,
It's telling me about, the new version and all of that.
rate button.
I could rate it or
OK button.
tap on the OK at the bottom.
Universal Copy Mode. Selection. Drop down list. Normal mode.
And I have either normal mode or if I tap here,
Pop-up window. Normal mode. In list.
I got normal mode
Scanner. Latin. English.
or
Scanner. Chinese.
Chinese.
Scanner. Devanagari. Hindi.
So the different languages here. So I'm going to tap on
Scanner. Latin. English. Portuguese.
tap here.
Scanner. Latin. English. Portuguese. Scanner mode. Launch in scanner mode by default. Start recording or casting with Universal Copy. Universal Copy will have access to all of the information that is visible on your screen or played from your device while recording or casting. This includes information such as passwords, payment details, photos, messages, and audio that you play. Out of list. Cancel button.
There's a cancel.
Start now
And I
button.
tap on Start Now.
Universal Copy. Universal Copy Mode. Scanner. Latin. English. Portuguese.
All right.
0. Not checked.
And you can check the check boxes for the things that you want. So there's a 0 here on this page. If I tap here, it'll check that.
Trackers and ads blocked. Not checked.
I could tap to select that.
OKB state. Data saved. Not checked. Zeros. Not checked. A state. Time saved. Not checked. Photo by Dylan Malval. Not checked.
So it's telling me, who created that photo, because here on Brave you see that picture. And so that's how it works. You check on the things that you want to copy so you can discriminately copy the things that you want and skip over those that you don't want. And that's how Universal Copy works. And once you copy something, it will be sent to your clipboard.
Photo by Dylan Malval. Checked.
And once you have that, then you have things like
Remove ads. 1 of 11. In list. Select all. 2 of 11.
select all,
Copy. 3 of 11.
copy, if I tap here,
Text copied to clipboard. Brave.
and that copies it to my clipboard. And I can now just paste it to wherever I want. So let's go see what it is that got copied to my clipboard before we bring this to a close. I'll bring up my Keep Notes and check it out with. Open Keep Notes.
Opening. Keep notes.
Here's my Keep Notes. I'm going to tap on,
New text note.
There
Note
we
open
go.
note. Edit box for note
and now I'm going to paste that thing from the clipboard.
board. Photo by Dylan Malval. Out of list.
There we go. Just above my keyboard is the text that says Photo by Dylan Mulval. If I tap here,
Photo by Dylan Malval. Sticker keyboard.
there it is.
Keep notes. Photo by Dylan Malval. Edit box. Editing.
And that was the copy that we got from the Universal Copy. Now you know how to use your Universal Copy with TalkBack.
Thanks, Warren.